Hello, everybody.
Hello.
We started and saw that we're upside down, and now we're restarting again. It's wonderful to see everybody. And let us know if you see us. Please let us know if you see us well, if you can hear us well. And
Yes, and where are we sitting?
exactly, and why. So we're having a special live event, very open also to your questions, to do with the coming solar eclipse tomorrow.
Whoa.
And let's say, so if you're here, please say hello, say your name, say where you're from, because this is our way to know that we're interacting with you. So let's start with why are we here outside? Hey, Katie, good to see you.
Hey.
So good to see you. So let's start with why we took. So just Katie, let us know if you're hearing us okay. So let's start with why are we doing this live event outside?
Yes. Yes.
This time.
It's not because Karni house is full of people at the moment. And it's not because something else. It's because when we want to connect to nature, we need to be in nature.
Exactly.
And the solar eclipse is to do with looking up to see the sky and to feel the sky.
Yeah. And Karen here as well. Hi, Karen.
Hi.
So it's so wonderful. Katie was with us in the workshop we gave in Italy.
Yes.
And Karen was just with us in Egypt.
Ooh.
So it's really wonderful to see people who we know from close and from hugging.
Yes, we miss you.
Yeah, we really miss the two of you. So we're talking about the solar eclipse that will take place tomorrow, and it's a natural event. And in these times, I think that we forgot what are the natural forces, the force of the moon and the wonderful energy of the sun and the healing radiation that comes out from the trees. And if we're celebrating nature, then we wanted to be in nature
and feel the earth and feel the air, because at home, it's great, we can put air conditioning whenever we like, but here you feel, and we might be a little bit cold, but hey, we can warm ourselves.
Yes.
And I think there is a beautiful sentence, say, the lost art of looking up.
Yes. Yes.
Which we want not to lose it anymore and to really look up.
Yeah. We'll say hello to Lisa, our friend.
Hi, Lisa.
Hi, good to see you. So, yes, and I think that solar eclipses and lunar eclipses also they allow us to be in awe from nature. We were just in Egypt, and I think that the Egyptians were in awe of nature all of the time.
Yes.
It was the god of the rising sun and the god of the sun.
It's actually not
at noon. It's a cosmic force, which is really amazing.
Yeah.
Yes, because the Egyptians called what we call gods Netu, but actually we don't know what Netu is.
Yeah.
We just know that it's something, and other people translated it later on as gods, but who knows what it is. So coming out of Egypt recently, it's amazing that people were in awe with nature, the rising sun and the sun at noon and the sunset, and everything was something to celebrate and to be in awe of.
And the Nile, and the desert, and the water, and the warmth. So it's like the yellow, and the blue, and the green, which is, the inner peace. And so much power in nature.
And I think these times of solar eclipse really allow us to pause for a minute and be in awe from nature. And we'll also say hello to Ursula, who joined us. Hi. And Anna. Hi. So good to see everybody. Yay. Exciting. So when there are these special events of solar eclipse where things are not as usual. Suddenly the sun and the moon collide and there is darkness in the middle of the day. It really makes you appreciate nature even more. And yes, we need these excuses. So it's like nature prompts us from time to time, hey,
Yeah.
are you paying attention to how wonderful I am? Says Mother Nature. And then we say, thank you, Mother. I'm sorry that we ignore you so often.
So often.
But thank you for reminding us how amazing you are. So we're in this very, very special time towards the solar eclipse tomorrow. To give some practicalities, so solar eclipse is something very special, but it happens twice a year when the Earth, can you put yes, the sun and the moon are all in perfect alignment, and then at that time the moon covers the sun. So if we'll do it in front of the camera,
Yeah.
Maybe like this. yes. Okay, so this is the Earth.
This is the sun.
This is the sun. And suddenly the moon covers the sun. Or if you are planet Earth, this is the sun. The moon comes and covers the sun.
Yeah.
I think that now we did it right.
Yeah. Yes.
And hello, Eleni from Cyprus. So
Hi.
wonderful to see you all. Yes, so it happens twice a year, and it's always also in couples, because if you can put it again, then we have a solar eclipse, and 2 weeks after that we have a lunar eclipse as well. No, yes, which is just a minute.
There are Earth.
Planet Earth.
Planet Earth.
This is
Sun.
the sun, and no.
Yeah.
Okay. So the Earth covers, I don't think we shouldn't. I'm too confused today. Usually I do it so nicely. But the Earth covers the sun from the moon.
Yes.
And then the shadow of Earth goes over the moon. And we're going to have the lunar eclipse in the night between November 7th and 8th. This also means that we're getting into a whole period which is called the eclipse season, which is very, very special. And why is it special? Because it's time that two domains that usually don't combine actually can work together.
Merge together.
And before we elaborate on that, because we're going to elaborate about merging between these two domains that usually are very separate, we'll say that this solar and lunar eclipses are very special also because there are two planets very close to the sun right now, which are Mercury, the planet of thinking, and Venus, the planet of feeling. And they're really, really also very, very close, as it seems, from Earth to the sun. And it means that this eclipse really creates a holistic experience of the moon eclipsing not only our awareness, which is the sun, but also our thoughts and our feelings. And if we're coming from Egypt, because we just came from Egypt, we can also, we're using Mercury and Venus, which are the Roman names of the gods, the Neto, but in Egypt they were called Tot. So Tot, later to be Hermes, later to be Mercury, is a god of wisdom, of magic, of writing, and a Venus is Isis, which is the cover of the wings, covering with her love, everything. So they're very close to the sun right now, and we're going to have a holistic experience.
So not only we will see it and feel it, they will also.
The gods themselves?
No,
the
Venus and Mercury will
and
feel it. I mean, they are in the tail, like the tail of this event.
Yes. Yes, 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 yes.
which also says that we are not alone.
Yes, the whole solar system is going through a development journey together with us, together with human beings, which is amazing.
Yeah, which actually, you think it can cause an elevation? We human can look at it and say
Yes.
scientifically, okay, it's happening. We can even look at it with not with we need sunglasses, specific sunglasses, not to look at it just like this. With
Yes, I actually have some tips of how to look at the solar eclipse in a safe way. So let's go to the practical facts a bit to say that it's going to happen tomorrow. We'll go with the UK times to make it simple. So it will start at 10 a.m. UK time, which means that if you're in Europe and the area here in Israel, you're going to see the eclipse. It's a partial eclipse. It will mainly be seen over Russia, which is very interesting. Anyhow, with everything that's going now in Russia, hopefully it will allow a change.
a good change.
And the cleansing process. We talked once about the eclipses. We won't go into that too deep, but like the period time, yes, which is also a cleansing time. So hopefully it will allow some cleansing over there. The eclipse itself, the more southern you are from Russia, from north of Europe, you'll see less of it, but still you'll see quite a nice bite of the sun. So the moon will really go over the sun, and we will see it nicely in Europe and Israel where we are. And it will start around 10 a.m. and will finish around 2 p.m. UK time. And then we're going, and the climax will be exactly noon UK time, where there'll be a nice bite taken out of the moon.
If it's not too cloudy, it's possible.
Yes, and actually it's good if it's cloudy a bit, because it's a nice way to look at the eclipse. So you can't look at the eclipse directly. I feel it's getting dark here. We might need to move indoors soon. We'll see how it continues. I'm not sure
so
that
far
the video.
It's wonderful.
Let us know if you're seeing us.
Yes.
Okay. So
we said nature. Nature got its own laws.
Yes. Exactly.
Yes. Yeah.
The law of it gets dark.
Yeah, the law of it gets dark.
So
because they all know us, so it's just a matter of hearing us.
Okay. We'll see.
Okay. The logic and the feeling are mixed.
So if you want to actually look at the eclipse, you can't look at it directly. If you're lucky to have solar solar eclipse glasses, then great. If not, if you have good working glasses that are against light, you can also use them. Or you can take a glass, a plate made of glass, and burn it, darken it, and see the sun through it. You can't look directly at the sun. Another way is to look at the sun through a tree full of leaves, and then you can actually see the sun, but not look at it directly. And a nice exercise, which I never understood how it works, but it works, is that you create a hole in a paper, but you don't look at the sun through the hole. You put it against the floor outside, so you see the shadow.
Yeah.
So you see the shadow of the page, and where the ray of light should go, and I really don't know how it happens, but it happens. Instead of seeing a circle of light, you see the actual eclipse, and you can follow the eclipse. I never understand how it happens, but it really also relates to this amazing picture from Egypt where there is the sun and the ray of the sun, like hands, and that each ray touches each human separately. So each ray of sun is a little hologram of the whole sun.
Yeah.
And it's amazing.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
So I
Yes.
was in the middle of question for you.
Okay.
Do
Oh, I
you
have
think
questions
that
for you
this?
as well.
Okay. You think this is an opportunity? Can we use it as an opportunity for development, for refinement, for alignment, for mixing well our thoughts and our feeling in case of Mercury and Venus this time, because it's not all the time that Mercury and Venus are taking
Yes.
part. So
Yes.
this time specifically, it says something about our thoughts and our feeling, and we spoke about the fact that sometimes we are like negative example is we are quick to judge, and this has happened in the brain, and then immediately the emotion and the feeling is taking over and make it like, okay, a celebration, a dinner out of this. But if we look at it on the positive thought, is when we see that we see someone and we just send positive vibration from our brain, then the feeling is taking part in it, and it's make it even stronger.
Wow. Yes. First of all, it's beautiful, and then I'm really happy because I found a place to have a light
You see,
from the video
you could
itself.
see we could already be inside.
Yeah. And let's talk about it because it's really unique. So first of all, having the sun, the thoughts and the feelings all together, going through this experience of the eclipse, I think it's very special. It allows us to have a very complete and holistic experience.
Yeah.
So every time of eclipse allows us to see the things that are usually unseen. So this is the combination between the two domains, because the moon represents our unconscious and the sun represents our consciousness, and the sun is our aware path and the moon is our dreams or our childlike figure inside or our fears sometimes, and suddenly you can see everything. And it's a good time to take this journey also of updating
Yeah.
our subconscious and our little child,
Yeah.
and shedding some light even on our fears, but in a good way, so we can update them and see them. You know, if you're like now we found the light inside of the camera, so if you shed light on things, suddenly they're not dark anymore. So it's a good time to bring awareness and light into things. But having Venus and Mercury there as well really allows us this throughout experience of going through our thought patterns, which is Mercury, and through our emotional patterns, which is Venus, and really to take this time, these coming 2 weeks, to go through what we're feeling and thinking, and to bring it to alignment with our real wants and with our real wishes and with our path that we chose for our lives.
Basically, is to take our passion, things that we are passionate about it, and put them in the light. To expose them to the light, so they get extra energy.
Yes, definitely.
And we are not doing it only from our own strength, which is a lot, but we are also added the value of light into it.
Yes, and also to make sure, you know, we can think that we want something, but to see that we're also emotionally aligned to it. And that our thought patterns are aligned to it. So,
And also we can maybe see it like the moon is like the child in us, but it's also the child in our family. And we as sons, as parents, so it might be a good opportunity to have a great time with our children. And really to of course we can always get into clashes, we all know it, but it's an opportunity to do something together in a way, a little celebration, and to be aware and conscious about what positivity, what good vibration we can put into.
And also to the relationship with our parents, which is also very important.
Yeah.
And also to think that most of our psychologies, behavioral patterns, emotional patterns, thinking patterns actually come from our childhood
Yes.
and from our parents.
Yes.
And it's a good time to
Let
to
go.
put this in light.
Yeah.
Yes, and to release what's not relevant
Yeah.
anymore.
Yeah. Yeah. So basically, the future is in our hand.
Oh, yes.
In many levels. Not everything, but
Yes, it's funny you say the future is in our hands. In Egypt, we took a picture of someone with the sun in his hand.
yes.
So the sun is in our hands. So yes, the future, which is so vast, so
Yeah.
big,
Yeah,
is
instead of
definitely
saying we are doing history,
yeah.
you know, there is this sentence.
Yes.
If you do something incredible, you say, we are creating the history. No, we are creating the future.
Yeah. Yes. And then you mentioned something which is also really important of the fact that what we do here as human beings really affects the rest of the solar system and the universe. And this is a vast thing, but it's important also to think about it, because now with the new telescopes, you can really, people know now that there are so many habitual planets, and the universe is so big, and we're not here alone, and it's all a living, breathing entity.
Yeah.
And it just as, if an organ in our body is malfunctioning, the whole body suffers from it. And part of what we can do here as human race is not just improve our lives to our sake, but also improve our lives in order to create this signal of healing.
Yes.
Going from our lives into the universe.
Yeah.
So first, let's talk about if we do our work and we create a signal of healing and well-being, it radiates to our family, which of course feels it there in our proximity, but also to our country, also to our world, then going even out of this world. So what we do, the little things, the little healing processes, the little changes in our patterns really have an effect in all levels, from our families really to the universe.
Yeah, and a little prayer or a little blessing for every day to bless nature and to bless children and to bless, to think positive about even things which are really difficult. And yesterday we had this amazing call with refugees from Kenya, from all Africa.
Wow.
And the positivity of them were like, wow, we felt like, what can we say? We sit in a safe country, safe home, safe village, and they sit in a really the biggest refugees camp in Kenya, Kukuma.
Wow.
But their positivity was shining forth. And we got into a state of awe and a state of what is it that gives them such a power and to keep helping other young people, and they are all young people, and it's incredible, and you feel like that there is no barrier between the universe and them.
Yeah. Wow.
It was so strong. If you want, we can share this Zoom with whoever want to. You can just send later on, and I will share it with you.
Amazing. Yes, we can put a link.
Yes. So it's all merged together because, we will see it above Russia, but it's actually the whole world is under this influence.
Yes, everything is affected. So we're going into 2 weeks where we can do a change, and now we understand that even if we don't think that it's important enough to do the change for your own life, then do it for the sake of humankind and the universe. Even a small change. Mental healing, emotional healing, all is very, very possible. Now let me ask, do we need to go in where there is light? Maybe I'll try to bring let's see, a flashlight. So you know what?
I have here a
You have a
flashlight.
flashlight, so let's use it.
This is
Yay!
okay.
Yeah. How is it? Please let us know. Yeah, I think it's cool.
You see, it's amazing.
We're doing with what?
Yeah, yeah.
Great. Okay. Great.
Great, wonderful.
Yay!
Why we didn't think about it before? Okay, the wisdom take.
But it's okay because we're talking about the solar eclipse,
Yeah.
and this is what happened.
Yeah, yeah.
We were in an eclipse of the light. The light
Yes,
eclipsed
yes, yes.
and came back. We are brilliant, right?
Yeah, and the invention.
We should have thought about everything before, but we reinvented the light.
Yes, yes.
Okay, so
Yes.
let's talk about some exercises
Yes.
that people can do in the next 2 weeks. So just to say that this whole eclipse season starts tomorrow with the solar eclipse, but it continues for 2 weeks and it ends with a lunar eclipse, which is a total
Yeah.
lunar eclipse, the night between the 7th and 8th of November. Also depends on where
And
you
where
are.
it will be seen.
I didn't check yet.
Okay. If it gets,
But
if it's get totally
we're not
dark,
revealing
you
these
will know.
details yet, but we'll cover it later on.
Yes.
So, yeah. So, what exercises would you recommend doing? Because it's a time where you can really combine
Yeah.
between these the two hemispheres of
Yes.
the brain.
Yes.
Which when you do combine them,
Yeah.
it really enhances intuition.
Yes.
And it allows
yes.
many things. So
Yes,
what
So
Yeah.
an amazing exercise. It might look to you very simple, but it works. I really tried it for many, many years, and it's to do with our improvement and refinement of our intuition.
Mm-hmm.
You want to get it?
Yes,
Okay.
but also
Okay.
write yes, so we know.
Yeah, so we have two hands, yeah? And we always say, this is my strong hand, this is my weak hand. In my case, this is my strong hand, but this is also my strong hand. Because I always practicing using both hands. Also to brush the teeth with the right hand and with the left hand, and to hold the cup of coffee. Be careful if you're not used to it. Just take regular water so you don't spill on yourself hot water. But if you take a piece of paper and 2 pens or 2 pencils, and you just draw these doodles and try to write, and just play with 2 hands with no judgment about the result. Just play with them and write and draw circles, spiral, whatever come, just freely. If you do it like every day for at least 3 minutes, not more, 3 minutes, please be aware of the result after 10 days.
Amazing. And you have actually 2 weeks even to practice
Yes,
it.
so we can practice it 2 weeks, but just take it as simple exercise. I'm telling you, I saw people that told me yesterday, shall I say it or no? Okay, I'll give you some. They said, now I understand my child, and their child was little baby, even before he start to cry, and now I know if he want to eat, to sleep, he need a hug. And they said, now I can even understand my wife before she said to me, can you do this and this and this? And I'm quicker, not quicker, I'm more sensitive to the need, and also about the inner intuition. And this was amazing. I just discovered this exercise by accident, because I did help someone that had a very bad headache. I pressed this point here. And when I tried the other hand, one hand was like a metal, and the other hand was like sponge. And I said, okay, you are right-handed. What about your left hand? Don't you? No, it's my weak hand. And I said, look, if you try, and there was different, like the right hand was bigger than the left hand. And I said, if you try this exercise, let me know what's happened after 2 weeks, 10 days. And he called me and he said, really? So our intuition is actually our compass, and it's help us with the wisdom of the heart. And this expression is amazing. It's come from the Bible. When God gave Bezalel the wisdom how to build the temple, so he gave him the wisdom of the heart, which connect these two centers together. And now it's Mercury and Venus,
which is double, because you connect
amazing.
the sun and the moon,
That's right.
Mercury and Venus.
Yeah.
So you can really connect between the hemispheres in the coming
Yeah.
eclipse.
And who knows, maybe that at the time then it was the same.
Maybe.
Who
Amazing.
knows?
Yes.
So this is a little exercise. If you find it useful and work, please share it with others and write to us, because it's really fascinating. There is more exercise that you can do, but this one is...
I think it's good to take one small exercise and to actually do it
Yes,
for
yes.
2 weeks and then see the results, because the combination between the sun and the moon really allows us to open the connection between the two hemispheres of the brain and to allow that which is unseen to be seen.
Yeah. But please, important clue is let's not judge ourselves about the result. It's a process and it's the intention, and it's to do with the two sides of the brain coming together, so we create a bridge here.
Yes.
And you can see the intuition line actually here between the yellow finger and the red finger. You can see like a little cup. When it's get connected, it's very much and
Everybody checks now.
yeah, but you can also see it, and you can see that you understand people before you understand yourself before taking action. You are more sensitive, and your decision, even about the small things, are more accurate.
Yeah. Amazing. Wow. So
Yeah.
So if you have some questions, write them down. If you have some questions, we'll give a few minutes for questions. Before that, we'll say a few words about what you can do with us in order to explore things even deeper. So Gafnit has her parenting course, which is absolutely amazing. I took part in it, and we'll add the site where you can register to it. It's all videoed, so you can see it at any time, and it's really fabulous. I have my astrology course, the whole astrology school,
Which I was learning, and it's amazing.
and so I'll connect the link in case you want to go deeper into learning astrology. We are going to open a very unique course, probably at the beginning of January,
Yes.
About Egypt.
Yes.
Because we just came back
We are so inspired.
and we just started our journey with Egypt. So about the natural laws of it, the mythology of it, the way that we can take the good things of the mysteries of Egypt into our lives today, and
the art of Egypt,
and the art
mystery
and the
of
colors.
Yes.
Yes, and the design.
And the storytelling.
Yes, there is so much in that. So it's going to be a whole course. We didn't set up all the details yet, but we'll keep you informed. And it's going to end with another journey to Egypt next year,
Yes.
November.
When the museum,
Museum in Cairo will be open. So this is
amazing.
a whole thing. So now let's see if you have any questions to end this session with, some request to do with the coming solar eclipse tomorrow. And also with that, I really want to add a very important thing, that the solar eclipse tomorrow is going to happen in the astrological realm of creation. Now, for those who know the new astrology, which is different to the classical astrology, I gave the astrological signs new names, and I call them realms, because it's areas, not just the stars that you see with your eyes, but much more further with that, which each realm is a possibility for personal development. And the sun and the moon are going to meet in the realm of creation. This is very important because it's an opportunity to really create the reality that we want to see around us. And this is why it's doubly important for this eclipse to happen when Venus and Mercury is also around. So when we have our thoughts and emotions and awareness aligned to what we want to see in our lives and the world, then the pathway is really, really open, because everything that is created, started with a thought.
Yeah.
And whatever we do, we actually create the reality around us. So this is a very important time to really make sure that our thoughts and emotions are aligned to what we actually want to see in the world.
And it's positive.
Yes. So I don't know if there are any questions. I don't see any questions. Maybe you're shy to ask. Maybe you don't have any questions. But you
maybe
can,
they will come later.
and maybe they
Then
will
you
come
can share
later.
it.
So if you have any questions, please post them here, and we can get to them in the next time that we meet. And we hope it will not be too long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe after I come back from Italy.
Yes. Next new moon.
Yes. And after the moon eclipse.
Yes, after the lunar eclipse. Great.
Luna.
Okay.
So be safe, be well. Thank you for joining us. It was really on a quick note that we decided to make this.
To do it, because we had lots of requests asking us,
Yes.
where did you disappear?
Yeah.
Well, we were in Costa Rica, in Egypt, in Italy, but it's really good to come back and do these live events with you.
Yeah. Come forward.
Come forward. Yes, continue forward.
Yes.
As we see at the end of the journey.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Goodbye.
Bye. And please remember to look at the sky if you want, once a day or in the morning and in the evening, when we rush to 100,000 other things. A moment looking at the sky is really connected.
Yeah. To the universe. Yes. And thank you, Rhonda, for joining us from Colorado.
Yeah.
Thank you, everybody. Till
Yes.
soon.
Be
Bye-bye.
well.